Go for it, Crystal.
Sarah. Hi guys. Okay, so I have a couple of notes, but it's on my phone. I don't know, like if I click out of my screen, I don't know if it stops showing me. So you'll hear me, but you might not see me when I look at my notes. Okay, so we wanted to kind of go over overcoming objections or like rebuttals, like how are we kind of dealing with excuses from people who are already in this business or excuses from people who just aren't ready to jump in to the business or to buying the product. And so we were kind of inspired off of something that was said in the leadership by Ashley Loria, now Cooper, right? Is that her new last name? Okay. That's going to be weird to get used to because she's like Ashley Loria, you know? Anyway, so she made a couple of really good points. But we were kind of discussing, Shelby, Sarah, and I were discussing some things, like some specifics that we wanted to go over with you guys. And the notes that I had given them and that I had written down, okay, I might disappear, but if you guys can hear me, or if you can't hear me, let me know. Okay. Okay. Make sure to be aware of where you're putting your energy. So people who are already in the business with you, who are giving you excuses left and right as to why they can't show up, it's not saying that you can't reach out and you can't check in on them and you can't, still care for them and love them as a friend or, whatever it is, whatever relationship you guys have. But I wouldn't invest too much of yourself into helping them out when they don't even want to help themselves. So it's really important to just know that, like, if you're reaching out and you're getting excuses back in return, like, oh, I just don't have enough time in the day, or I just don't have people that are following me, or, whatever. And you keep letting them know, like, it's okay. We can make time. We can fit this into our schedule and we can get new followers organically or whatever it is. And they're just still continuing. It's okay to back off. And then if they become ready again, you can check in on them and all of that. But if they become ready again, they will come to you. And I bet you anything that they will eventually come back. The other note that I have is, okay, Laurel said this. Most of you guys were probably on the, what is it called? Monday Huddle. And Laurel said this, and it was just such like a good reminder. There's such a difference between being a leader and a boss. So a boss is someone who's really going to just like boss you around and micromanage and point you and tell you what you need to do, but they're not really leading the way. They're not doing it themselves. And really, you need to be showing up and leading your team, showing them how it's done, not just telling them how it's done. And honestly, the people that are watching you, they want to know that they want to be able to, partner with you, knowing that you're going to be someone who can lead them and show them the way and show them how it's done, and not just sit there and like tell them while you're just sitting on your phone scrolling or watching your TV shows. You know what I mean? So, and nothing against TV shows. I still watch those, but and then the last thing I have, I feel like I'm kind of scrambled right now. I'm so sorry, you guys. Ashley kind of mentioned this. So if you get the objection that someone is like, you feel like people are judging you, like, I don't know if I should do this because I feel like I'm being judged, and I don't know, people are going to watch me and think that I'm being salesy or whatever. There was actually a couple of points brought up in a chat earlier where someone said, it was kind of bold, but I loved it. They were like, ask them, well, do you feel like that about me? Like, do you feel like I'm being super annoying and salesy? You know what I mean? Because most likely they don't think that about you. And if they don't think that about you, most likely people aren't thinking that about them. But at the end of the day, even if people are judging, which most likely they are, people are on social media scrolling and judging people all day long. The difference is that you're going to be judged whether you're selling Thrive products or not. And the people judging you are not paying your bills, but Thrive is, Lavelle is, right? So that's kind of a really, like, anytime you guys get discouraged, anytime you feel like you're being salesy, which the way that we do things here, we shouldn't be sounding salesy. I feel like we have such great training and resources to kind of avoid sounding that way. But even if you do get to the point where you're feeling salesy and you're being judged, just remember that, you guys, you're being judged regardless of if you are selling Thrive or not. And Thrive is at least going to help you, you know, bring in the big bucks, become the breadwinner one day. So yeah, we just, you know, and don't be afraid to like lean on your team. If you ever are feeling kind of like, you know, down in the dumps or like kind of iffy, if you're coming up with excuses or objections yourself, you know, we're good people to lean on because we've all been here and we all, like, not all of us are going to be there at once. There's always going to be someone in the crowd ready to pump you up when you need it. And yeah, that's what we're here for. I also just wanted to give a really quick example and then I'll just shut up. Recently I had an objection. It was kind of a big one for me because it was a 3-day trial for a friend of mine and her husband. Not like someone I hang out with or talk to all the time, but an acquaintance, more like. They both were obsessed, like Thrive obsessed. They loved all 3 steps. And so I was working with her for what felt like months, just trying to see like lots of follow-ups. Hey, just checking in. A lot of the time it was a financial excuse, which I totally understand. But I was throwing sales her way and I was just checking in to let her know that I have this offer or Lavelle is putting on this kind of deal for us. And she kept shooting me down. And then finally, recently, she said, I think we're going to pass on Thrive altogether because we found something that really seems to be working for us. Their main goal right now is weight loss. I never really preached that Thrive are weight loss products, but that's kind of what they were looking for. And she goes, but I'll let you know if we ever change our minds. And the thing is that I had to just be like, oh my gosh, you know what? The most important thing is that you did find something that works for you. Like that is truly like the biggest goal, right? And so I let her know I'm happy for her that she found something that works and I'm here if she needs me. It didn't have to be anything like negative. I didn't have to just like read it and ignore her because I'm confident enough in our products that she will come back. Like her and her husband will one day become thrivers. It's just sometimes it takes a day for people to realize that. And sometimes it takes 3 years. You just never know. But don't ever get salty about being shut down or an objection because, you want to stay in people's good graces and then also just like be confident in your products and that, they will be back to use them. So, okay, that's all I have. I'm going to mute myself now.
I just want to say, piggybacking off what Crystal just said, I have had so many people in the 5 years I've been doing Thrive quit, say the products didn't work for them after taking them for months, quitting for a few months, and then turning around and coming back because they realized, okay, they were doing a lot more than I realized. Or I've had people just quit just because, either financially or they just wanted to quit for a while, but they've come back. I've also had people do that with the business. They've quit and they have came back. So piggybacking off what Crystal said, never get salty with them because you never know, like we're confident in our products. We know what they do. That's why we're here now promoting the business. Those people will come back, just like she said. I 1000% agree with that. And I have at least 7 to 10 people under me right now that do that now. So that's all I have to say. Shelby, your turn. Tag your it.
I love it. I had so many things like racing through my mind to say, but so I might be a little jumbled. But going off of kind of what both y'all said, I have had more no's, I think, than yeses. But if I would have let those no's get to me and all of those rebuttals, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have got, Dane to 4K. I wouldn't have got the 12K and earned these massive bonuses and stuff like that. And, I've had last year, actually this exact time last year, I had my entire team quit, and it it was nothing that I could control. It was just their lives got busy. They were getting married, and then they were friends, and they were in each other's weddings, and then they, um, they just all fell off. And so that, to me, I was like, am I not a good leader? Like, there's so many rebuttals in leadership and with the customers, and lots of smoke screen, which is what Rye calls it. And that's when something is like truly just deeper. And the truth of the fact is, like, we work for free essentially, and we're trying to make this business a success. It's the same with like being a realtor. Like, you show buyers all these houses, but you don't get paid till you get to the closing table. It's the same thing here. And so you just have to present yourself with grace and honesty, and just be genuine and build these relationships with these people, because you never know what they're going through. And they might say, well, oh, that's so cool, Lindsay, oh my gosh, I didn't know that. They could say my husband said no, or whatever, but really it could just be they're skeptical still, especially like, so there's a lot of millennials in this industry, especially with Thrive and stuff like that. And so we've grown up with our family, friends, parents. I know I grew up with my mom doing God, like everything. Nobody really knows all the things she tried to do. She did Pampered Chef, Tupperware. I mean, I've had friends who rode fields and Thrive and all these things, and I just saw my small town fail. And so I was always like, Mary Kay, she did that too. And I've seen all these people fail. And so I would always say, like, my biggest rebuttal was, well, the business doesn't work. And I hear that so many times. Or, I'm from a small town and everyone's already doing it, I don't want to be on the bandwagon. There's so many different rebuttals as a business or for the products, because they're so used to things not working. Or somebody might have tried it once and they drank a cup of coffee, like drank tons of coffee, and they had no water, and they ate McDonald's for a week, and then they're like, well, I'm not losing weight, I'm not feeling good, I feel like crap. It's like, that's those types of rebuttals. Like, don't let that get to you. Don't water the dead plants for sure, but don't write people off, because I have written people off and they still come back to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you probably would have come to me a lot sooner. Like Sarah said, if I wouldn't have, kind of written you off and just kind of gave up on that relationship, all in all, because of the rebuttals I received. So I always take a no as a problem waiting to be solved. And it fuels me to come up with really gut-wrenching pain points on how is this going to speak to this person. Like, well, I might buy it on payday. Okay, yeah, they never do. But look, we are getting auto bonuses here. We're getting paid weekly. We have rank matching bonuses going on right now. What is this paying for you? And I'll take a picture of my shopping cart, or a medical bill, or my electricity bill that's like $500. Ridiculous things like that. And so these people who have come with you with these rebuttals, they're watching, and they're going to be like, okay, I couldn't afford this for myself, and I'm seeing what opportunity has been presented to me. And so they'll watch, and if you're feeling like they're going to be judging you for whatever content you're putting out there, just let them. Because I was one of those people who, I was judgmental, and I was friends with, well, not really friends with Rye before, but I knew her, and I watched her do, start this from the beginning. And I was always like, oh, she's gonna have to get a real job eventually. Like, this can't be a real career. And oh, those pyramid scheme girls, they just be crazy. And here I am asking her to hire me, like hustle till they want to hire you. Like, it's truly a life-changing opportunity. But we as leaders, and we as entrepreneurs and thrivers, it's our job to add value to people's lives and show them what they're missing, and show them what is, what's the word? Show them the possibilities here. Like, you can have your car paid for, you can go on these all inclusive trips, you know, and share your story too. Like, I always talk about how I grew up so poor, and I never got to take vacations, and now, you know, I can earn all these trips and have reliable vehicles. I didn't have that growing up. And that could speak to a whole audience. So share your story and your Thrive journey, and, you know, why you started, what your goals are here. I always, and so does Courtney, we always talk about how act like a Kardashian, like just take your phone around like it's your best friend and share your life. Like, if you go look at my stories, I might share too much, but like, people love it. They really do. And they don't care that I do Thrive. It's people who literally hate Thrive, but they just are like, you're just so entertaining to just watch. And so you throw a little bit of life and sass into it, they're gonna watch your stuff. And that's, you know, they're gonna see that you're a real person and not just some MLMer, because there's a lot of those out there. There's a lot of businesses saturating social media. So there's always going to be those rebuttals, but just keep on keeping on, because it's going to pay off for sure. Yes. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to check up on the chat.
And I just wanted to say, like, that goes to show you too, because Shelby being such an like anti-MLM, I was too for a very long time. And the fact that, and probably a lot of you were also, the fact that we're here now and we're doing it, it just shows you that if you do stay consistent and you continue to state the facts about the company that you are a part of. And there are a lot of things that I know about a lot of different companies, and I just like Thrive at Lavelle is the best. Like, it really is. And I know I don't have to convince you guys of that because you're already here, but like, you should really feel confident in being able to share about that. And that's what's going to kind of intrigue people. That's what's going to spark their interest. And power and follow-ups, whether that's with a customer that turned you down or even a promoter that's already joined you but is giving you excuses. Like I said, you don't have to like put all of your energy into them, but definitely make sure to continue to follow up. And yeah. Do you have anything else, Sarah, or looking at the...
Yeah, I was gonna say, so what I said earlier, I just remembered there was a promoter on my team and she removed herself from our chats and she started ignoring me. Like, we were talking, no problem. And then all of a sudden she removed herself from her chats. And then I went to go text her and she ignored me. And then I went to her Facebook and saw that she unfriended me. I have no idea why, literally none. And then last month she ordered, and then I woke up to a text from her today saying she was starting Thrive again, but she has to make sure it's going to work with her medications in her body. I still don't know why I got unfriended.
Maybe she didn't want to, she couldn't handle seeing your success, because maybe some people, like I've noticed, like to separate themselves from even seeing someone else's success when they're not experiencing it, because it makes them feel not good. But really, you should let that fuel you. You see someone else succeeding, right?
Yeah, like, be happy. I can help you. Not, let's just delete Sarah and ignore her text messages when she's asking. Like, I literally texted her. I was like, hey, so I see you unfriended me. Like, I'm just curious. Did I do something wrong? Because like, we're literally talking. Like, I was checking in on her. She's had some medical issues going on, and I was like genuinely checking in on her. Like, we weren't even pushing Thrive. It was all genuine, like, friendship stuff. So I was just like, so that came out of left field, and I was really I was salty as crap about that, by the way. But I wasn't salty towards her. She ignored me. I just left it. So back to what Crystal said, don't be salty. If you are salty, go be salty by yourself or with somebody else that's not that person, because she came back. So there you go. there's the proof right there.
I love that. Oh, I remembered what I was going to say with Crystal saying that, wow, mom brain. I did walk into a barn door this morning, so my brain is like scrambled. Oh, the spamming the friends. So when if somebody's telling you that they're afraid that they are going to be spamming their friends, or they are reluctant to start the business because they don't want to seem too salesy to their friends, exactly what Crystal said. Do I come off that way to you, do you think? Because if I don't to you, you're not going to either. And if you get in the mindset of, no, I'm going to be doing my friends and my social media network market a disservice by not telling them what we have, not telling them what we have our hands on. We have gold, literally. Like, these products are absolutely insane. And if I can instill some hope into somebody with PCOS and coming off all of these crazy medications and getting their confidence back, or helping just give them some sense of community or a shoulder to lean on or something to just call their own, that's huge. That's a huge win to me. And I've been getting quite a few people, people always quit because finances or whatever, but I've been getting these messages about people who haven't even bought Thrive. They're just like, you're such an inspiration, keep going. Don't let people, hold you back, whatever. And I'm like, okay, thank you, because I needed that. Sometimes I just feel like I'm talking to a brick wall and nobody cares. Or like, yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say. I don't know. I need sleep, you guys. Almost there.
Road trips will do that to you.
Dude, sucking the brain cells away.
Does anybody have any specific objections that they've faced that you have questions on, that you want to like pick anyone's brain about to see if they've maybe experienced one similar and how they handled it? Dawson says hi. I'm taking that as a no. Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys have anything else. I don't. But yeah, we're all here for you. I talk to a lot of the girls on this team that are not even under me. I love you all, and we're all here for each other. I can't wait till we plan another retreat.
I know.
I can't wait.
And I'm so excited. And y'all, April freaking Mania is here. We're only day 5. Don't count yourself out. Even if you've hit a rank and you got to maintain that rank to get these bonuses, don't count yourself out. You got this. And lean into the team, get on the meetings. Super important to stay close to the fire, like Rye was saying last night on TV for 2. That's a really great one for newbies to listen to. Send it to all your girls. Go through the guides again. If you're just kind of stuck and you feel like you're not growing, I always recommend going to the guides again. That will kind of help reset your mindset and get you really motivated again. So like Crystal said, though, we're here for you if you need anything. We love pouring into you guys, and we're always willing to learn from y'all too. So we're here.
Yes. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you all for getting on. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat or get with an upline or somebody you're comfortable talking to. And I hope you all have a great night. Thank you, ladies.